In a world of warriors, confidence has to be backed with skill. A regular guy shouldn't be dumb enough to pick a fight with a real fighter. What happens when your average dude, no training, just vibes, decides to square up with a legit fighter? One thing you would see for sure is someone receiving the cold embrace of the solid ground. Here are some hilarious, painful, and brutal moments when dumb regular guys thought they could fight and got reality checked by real fighters. As we get into it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell to be notified about our new fighting stories. Starting with this reporter who thought he had a chance against Alistair Overeem in a grappling match. Unfortunately for him, Alistair is no pushover. Alistair Overeem is a former UFC heavyweight and elite striker with a solid grappling background. The reporter named BRAINLESS, who is clearly way over his head, decided to leave reporting the news to challenge Overeem to a grappling match. This was meant to be somewhat lighthearted and humorous, not a serious competition. However, Bram seemed to genuinely believe he had a chance, probably underestimating Overeem's skill and strength. In the match, which was more of a playful demonstration than an all-out fight, Bram started off well by managing to somehow get Overeem on the ground, but that didn't last a second. Overeem handled him with ease. He tossed the reporter around, controlled him effortlessly, and submitted him quickly, smiling and holding back. The whole thing turned into a viral clip because of the apparent mismatch and the reporter's initial confidence. Overeem, known for being a beast in both striking and grappling, was pretty cool about it and didn't hurt the guy. He just showed the huge difference in skill level in a funny and humbling way. With the way he got the guy on his feet, you would know that he just didn't want the guy to get hurt much. Even though the reporter tried to embarrass Overeem by beating him, which didn't work at all, Overeem still helped him up after the match. Bram should just stick to reporting the news and stay away from sparring gyms, because not all fighters can be as nice as Overeem. Take, for instance, this MMA fighter who saw no reason to take it easy on this guy's foolish decision to challenge him to a fight. A man came in off the street to Fudoshin Jiu-Jitsu, MMA and Fitness in Columbia, South Carolina, and asked to fight one of their MMA fighters. He ended up facing Jeremy Holloway, a professional fighter with experience in Bellator MMA and Titan FC. Although Jeremy was tired after a long training day, he still accepted the guy's challenge. The contest appears to be boxing only, but perhaps the random guy knew nothing else, and Jeremy decided to go with hands only out of the goodness of his heart. As it starts, Jeremy puts his hand out to touch gloves, as most MMA fighters do, to show respect and sportsmanship, but the random guy was having none of that. From the way this dude steps and swings his fist, you would know that he has no fighting skills and lacks fighting experience. This guy just wanted to get himself beaten up for no reason. How dumb can these people be? After a few punches from Jeremy, this guy started jamming his boxing gloves together. Maybe he thought that would scare Jeremy off. He's a very funny guy. Jeremy just kept hitting this guy at any small opportunity he got, and the guy was acting pretty tough, taking it all in like a man until he just couldn't anymore. This guy got knocked out, and Jeremy still followed him up with another punch before his body reached the ground. It's kind of like serving in tennis. You throw the ball up, then hit it. But in this case, the head is first hit upward, then slammed down flat. While the guy holding the camera asked the dude if he was okay, Jeremy just walked away like nothing happened, even after knocking this guy out. But not every professional fighter is like him, who took it easy on that dumb reporter. Some regular people think they know how to fight and start talking trash online, claiming they could beat professional fighters. IBF flyweight world champion Sonny Edwards, who holds an unbeaten professional record of 18-0, was challenged to a sparring session by a guy named Fabrizio Tanga, who claimed to be an Italian fighter. He has been taunting Edwards on Twitter, ranting about beating him up. Fabrizio traveled approximately 200 miles from London to Sheffield to challenge the world champion at his gym. You can see that there is a clear difference between the way Edward moves and the way Fabrizio moves. Being a professional fighter isn't just about throwing punches or showing off skills. Even before the fight started, it was obvious Fabrizio did not stand or move like a fighter at all. Edward took his time to observe Fabrizio's skills, how he threw his punches, and how he attacked. Then he just waited for the right time to strike, which he got eventually. At this point, Edward had already mastered Fabrizio's weak moves. so he was literally untouchable. When Edwards started striking, he didn't hold back. Fabrizio Tanga, unsurprisingly, found things tougher than he expected and was forced to retire from the bout after being hit with several crunching punches. Edwards didn't need to get out of first gear to demolish his amateur opponent, who had goaded him into a fight with a series of provocative messages on Twitter. Fabrizio showed respect to Edwards by kneeling on one knee and placing Edwards' foot on his thigh as if to dust it off. This gesture was a symbolic way of showing humility and respect. Fabrizio acknowledged Edwards as the superior fighter. This wasn't the first time random people who claim they know how to fight will troll professional fighters online and eventually get beaten up by the professional fighters. Claressa Shields, the undisputed women's middleweight boxing champion, has never taken disrespect lightly. As a result, she relished the opportunity to share the ring with aspiring boxer Jodeci Chadwick, who has been taunting her online. Chadwick has been publicly exchanging words with Shields for an extended period of time. Unlike most of those who trash-talk pro fighters on social media, however, she actually turned up to the gym to put the gloves on. Shields happily accepted the challenge, and the pair began a sparring session. Chadwick started attacking Shields by throwing punches, which Shields waved off by making use of her reflexes. The sparring session lasted approximately 30 seconds, during which Shields aggressively cornered Chadwick and delivered a series of punches. The session was halted by trainers to prevent further escalation. Shields did not hold back like in a regular sparring session. He began pummeling her helpless opponent until coaches stepped in to stop her. Chadwick then seemingly took issue with the gloves she was wearing and refused to fight anymore. This infuriated Shields, who had to be restrained while trying to attack her further. Shields posted the footage to Instagram later. She captioned it, "I can't believe this punk-ass girl pulled to the gym after trolling me for months and couldn't last more than 30 seconds. I damn near killed this H-Aid." Chadwick won't need anyone to tell her to stop trolling professional fighters online anymore because she'll remember how Shields beat her up. This stupid kid also learned a valuable lesson that he will not forget for a while. Mike Davis, a professional MMA fighter, taught this young internet troll a real-life lesson. A kid had called him out online, talking trash and challenging him. Instead of ignoring it, Davis invited the kid to his gym. Once there, they put on gloves and sparred in the ring. During the session, the youngster was not even able to land a strike on Davis. Davis didn't go full force, but he clearly showed the kid how serious fighting really is. He landed some painful hits on him, swept the dude off his feet, and even grappled him. It was a humbling experience for the kid, who learned that talking tough online is very different from stepping into the ring with a trained fighter. Even after all that, Davis still gave the guy a fist bump after the fight because he respected that the guy didn't give up even though he got hit a lot. The kid definitely did not get hit as much as this guy, and his only offense was working out at the gym to test out his skills on a professional fighter. In 2008, before Dominic Cruz became a UFC champion, he was approached by a man claiming to be a ninja who challenged him to a no-rules fight at his gym. Accepting the challenge, Cruz engaged in a sparring session with the self-proclaimed ninja. This guy tried to use his so-called ninja skills to attack Cruz, but he immediately grappled him, pinning him to the ground. This guy struggled to get up because of Cruz's strength and how good he is at grappling. When it looked as if this guy wanted to break free, Cruz applied more pressure and eventually brought him down again. Cruz was so flexible and he used that to his advantage. When he ensured the guy got tired of struggling to break free, he started hitting him hard everywhere. Looks very brutal if you ask me. That guy will regret this day for setting foot in Cruz's gym. The guy was probably silently praying for someone to save him, and he got his wish. The referee stepped in and rescued him. That's not all. This guy decided that he had not gotten enough, so he decided to try his luck again. As expected, Cruz kept landing more punches, and the guy couldn't hit him even once. Honestly, he looked more like a punching bag than a real opponent. The funny thing about this fight is that at the end, the guy tapped Cruz on the head, and Cruz tapped him back the same way. This moment shows a bit of unexpected humor or mutual respect at the end of an uneven fight. Despite the guy clearly being outmatched, they shared a light, almost friendly gesture at the end. And there, you have it, a lineup of everyday folks who let their ego write checks their fists couldn't cash. Whether it was a world champion, an MMA beast, or a calm professional just trying to get through training, each fighter proved one thing: fighting isn't a game, and respect is earned the hard way. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell to be notified about our new stories.